Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another Prepare 3D video. We are here today in Phoenix International, Phoenix Sky Harbor, checking out FS2CREW once again. Today we are utilizing the... Oh, that was so cool. Did you guys notice that? So before he went for the walk around, I guess he turned on the... Not sure what lights those are. Probably the wing lights, because it was dark outside, so he can check out the aircraft correctly. And then he got inside, obviously, and turned it back off. Nice touch. Not sure if that's part of version 1.1 open beta, or we just haven't noticed that before. Anyway, like I was saying, we are here in Phoenix, checking out version 1.1 beta of the newly released FS2CREW for FSLABS, A319 and A320. Replicating the fight we did a couple weeks back. When I did the first look here, we did American 559 from Phoenix Sky Harbor to San Diego, so we're going to go ahead and do that flight once again. Haven't made up my mind if I'm going to do a full flight into San Diego. I kind of botched that landing, that arrival and that landing last time, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do a full flight to kind of redeem myself, but we'll definitely capture the departure at least. Unseasonably, or actually not unseasonably, it's pretty warm here in Phoenix as usual. Uncharacteristically is the word I was looking for. Stormy in the area today in Phoenix. We've got thunderstorms in the area, which should make for a very interesting departure. I have the ActiveSky turbulence and wind effects turned down to the FSLABS recommended settings, so hopefully that helps us a bit. But those of you who have the FSLABS aircraft know that I feel like it's way too sensitive when it comes to turbulence.
Are we good to start boarding?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
So obviously I have that turned down, so hopefully we won't get any kind of weird movements from the aircraft as we depart. But we're gonna get shaken up a bit, that's for sure. I'll go over the briefing and the weather here in a moment. So fueling has been done, catering has been done, and obviously you just heard the cabin crew member asked to start boarding, so we will go ahead and do that now. And we have a pushback time of 0325 Zulu, so about 13 minutes from now. Not sure if we'll make it, but we'll definitely be off before the estimated wheels up time of 0344 Zulu. Alright, so boarding has been requested. That will start in a minute. Let's see, what else can I do here? We've got our routing programmed in. Let me go ahead and set up my side here. No air traffic control on at the moment. We do have Los Angeles Center on, so if I do decide to do the entire flight, we'll pick him up as we make our way into San Diego. So with that, we'll make our initial climb 10,000 feet. My side set up. FO will set up his side in a moment. In terms of our flight plan, let's make sure the box is set up correctly. Well, first of all, let me finish my pre-flight checks. Ground from cockpit.
Go ahead.
Oxygen test.
Roger.
And I've gone ahead and turned down the mic volume, so hopefully you guys still aren't getting too much of that feedback from the FS2CREW voices. Alright, so that's done. Let's get zoomed out here and get a better look for you guys. So we are on the Firebird 2 departure today out of Phoenix. It would help if I went in plan mode. There we go. Firebird 2 departure out of Phoenix. It's a pretty straightforward departure. We've got a secondary flight plan programmed in as well. In the event that we need to make a return to the airport, we'll come back into runway 26. We're not shooting a star for that. We'll just vector ourselves in for the ILS approach into 26 in the event that we do need to return back to the airport. We've got the radio fix information in as well in the event of an engine failure after V1. We'll fly the radial 260 degrees to a distance of 20 nautical miles, so that is depicted on the ND as well. So anyway, Firebird 2 departure, westbound to San Diego, picking up the Lucky 1 arrival, shooting the localizer, runway 27 approach into San Diego. Again, last time I botched that arrival. We had pretty low ceilings at San Diego, and I think we have low ceilings again. It is just traditional for San Diego at this time of year, at this time of the evening to that time of the evening to have these low ceilings. So San Diego currently, we actually did get our weather information message. That's good. San Diego, what are we looking at? San Diego, we got winds variable at 5 knots, 10 statute of the mile, scattered at 15, broken at 20,000, broken at 25,000. So I guess that's not as bad as it was last time. No real overcast down to, I think last time was down to about 200 feet, which was just below our minimums. So that was pretty tough. Phoenix, we'll go over that weather in just a second. Again, like I said, it's going to be a pretty crappy departure. So, the box is set up. We'll ask the FO to check it. Check the box.
Okay.
He will do that now. What else can we do to prepare for departure? Let's see. Let me set up EFB. Just give me 1 second here on my other monitor. Firebird 1, and we are on the Mohawk transition on that Firebird 1 departure. Alright, we've got EFB set up. We can set up Navigraph 2 now as well. Firebird 1. Show that overlay. So on that Firebird 1 departure, runway 26, so we'll climb heading 258 to 1,635 feet. Then left turn direct JUTAC, then on track to 151 degrees to Wetzell, and so on and so forth. Initial climb is 8,000 feet. Again, we're going to go ahead and make it 10. We're on VATSIM, but no air traffic control, and really no one else in the airspace at the moment. So that's essentially your departure. Let's go ahead and set up FS2CREW properly. Again, I have not looked at this since the version 1.1 open beta. Let's go ahead and see our setup here. So first of all, we are American. So I need to go ahead and change that. And like I said, our call sign is 559. Voice control, yes, yes. Fuel units, pounds. Okay, that's fine. Call outs. Announce V1. The aircraft does that for us already, so no. Cabin crew at 20K. Here in the US, the cabin crew generally prepares at 10,000 feet. So, or final preparations at 10,000 feet. So the rest of that looks fine. Runway in sight, yes. Boom, 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 that's fine as well. Miscellaneous settings, default jetway control. A lot of the airports now are using SOD or SODI, so not too worried about that. Load sheet for Matsu. No, I kind of like to hear the loader give that to us, so we'll leave that alone. Form 10K flow at 18K. No reason why we would want to do that. Use wing lights in the climb and descent. Yes, especially at night. Start APU landing checklist. No, sometimes we have pretty long taxis and we want to delay the APU start to conserve fuel, so we leave that alone. Pack off the checklist. Using control GPU. No. Boom, boom, boom. Restore pack 2 when clean. No. The FSLABS tends to bark at you really quickly if you don't get those packs on almost immediately after reducing the climb thrust, so we'll have him turn those on immediately. TCAS, packs, blah, blah, blah. All right. All of that looks fine. Departure, again, we need to get him some correct numbers so that way the flows work properly, so we'll have packs off. Estimated takeoff weight, that's fine. We'll be config 1 takeoff, we'll be flexing. We'll get these numbers here just before we do performance, so that's fine as well. Transition altitude, 18,000 feet. Let's take a look at our thrust reduction and acceleration heights. So thrust reduction today is 2640. Acceleration is also 2640. Use weather radar, yes. We're cruising only at 30,000 feet today. Obviously left seats, no single engine taxi. So that looks good. We'll fill in the rest of that information here once we get our performance numbers. Alright, we got 4 minutes for pushback. We're not going to make that, but that's fine. Like I said, we'll make that time up in the air. Yeah, rest of that's good. Let's do the departure brief now, actually. Actually, let's have him start the APU.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Start the APU. Start APU. Alright, so I know that was one of the new things added. You probably have to be in at a certain phase of the flight for him to do that. We'll go ahead and start ourselves for now. We'll get the seatbelt signs on now as well. And we'll get all the fuel pumps on. Hopefully that starts, because I think at the 9-minute mark he disconnects the GPU, and if we don't have APU power, we're going to lose power to the aircraft. So hopefully that starts quickly. Alright, let's look at our flight plan. Are you ready for the departure brief? Are you ready for the takeoff briefing?
Ready.
Sorry, I'm getting my flows mixed up here. So, American 559, we're in an A320. We have a good aircraft this evening. Departing Phoenix for San Diego. Our alternate is Los Angeles, cruising at an altitude of 3,000 or 30,000 feet. Expect an airtime of 46 minutes. Fuel on board does equate to what we have planned, 11.9. Pretty crappy departure this evening expected all the way through the third fix on the departure Firebird, so we'll delay turning the seatbelt signs off, and we'll clean up a little later into the departure. Other than that, pretty smooth flight across the southern part here of Phoenix and of Arizona and California into San Diego. San Diego showing winds out of the north at 5 knots, partly cloudy skies. And everything else pretty much straightforward. Any questions? Any questions?
I'm good.
Alright. Takeoff briefing complete. I don't know why he just turned those lights on. Alright, I think our APU is running. We'll get bleed started. All those doors are closed. Let's get our final load sheet. There we go. We'll go ahead and accept and print that. And of course, I have just run out of paper in my lovely Atsu printer. Give me a second here while I change that. In the meantime, let's do the departure brief, or the before start checklist. Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On auto.
Adheres.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
That 11.9 thousand pounds.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Aero ref.
2982 set.
2982. Set. Down to the line. Ground from cockpit.
Go ahead.
Remove external power.
Roger. Removing external power.
Alright, so we got our performance, well, our final load sheet. So our zero fuel weight is now 130.8. Zero fuel weight CG 32.3. And that looks good.
External power removed.
Roger.
Let's get our performance numbers now. Departing Phoenix. Runway 26. Packs off, yes. Winds 210 at 7. And we got a QNH of 2982. And temperature 32 degrees Celsius, 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Toga, no. Config 1 plus F, that should be fine. Estimated takeoff weight was 142.3. And the Mac tau is 31.5. We'll go ahead and send that off. Alright, while we wait for that to come back, what are we looking at? 3 minutes past pushback time, that's fine. I've got the rest of that completed. That looks good. Those numbers sure are taking a while to come back.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Thanks, it will be a short taxi.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Alright. See menu. Alright, we're going to put in our performance numbers now. Request pushback and start clearance. Actually, we probably got to do below the line first. Below the line. Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start checklist complete.
Request pushback and start clearance. That's interesting. I'm not sure why he's not doing it. Alright, let me put our performance numbers in first. Alright, so we're doing 1 down, 0.7. And we've got 47, 49, and 50 for our V speeds. And we're flexing to 6-7 degrees. And that's good here. Request pushback and start clearance. Oh, alright, maybe I missed something. Probably should have asked for that earlier. We'll call FS2CREW now and get us pushed back. We'll go nose right. And we'll advise using comm that we are pushing back. Cabin crew arm slides. Cabin crew arm slides and cross check. And there they go. Maybe now he'll do it. Request pushback and start clearance. I'm annoyed that's not working. Alright, no worries.
The tug is in position, the bypass is inserted, and we are ready to push. Okay, it looks like the apron is clear. Release parking brakes.
Brakes released.
Pushing out. Clear for engine start.
We know you have lots of...
Clear on both sides here. Starting engine 2. Starting engine 2. Yeah, he never responds when I do it. What am I doing? Ignition start first. Starting engine 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to say Roger, but for some reason it never works for me.
Pushback is complete. Take your parking brakes, please, and confirm.
Brakes are set. It is stormy out there, boy.
Tug is disconnected, Captain, and clear. Bypass pin has been removed.
Starting engine 1. So he moves to the after start flow, so he's hearing me, but not sure why he's not responding.
Disconnect. You now have a flight. Bye-bye.
Alright, departure. We've got to fill the rest of this out, so we're flexing to 6-7. And our V speeds are 47, 49, and 50. And I think the rest of that's good to go. I'm really happy with the GSX PVR updates. Been phenomenal. And for the most part, I've had less, I mean, knock on wood here, but less hiccups with GSX as an application since the update. So, done a really good job. Anyway, back to the aircraft. Looks like we've got 2 good starts here. And switching this to normal should trigger the after start flow. Yes, it does. So he is arming the spoilers, and he just set flaps 1 plus F.
After takeoff, we'll be back with more.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Set and checked.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight controls checked.
Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Alright, now he's going to do his thing. And I'll let Unicom know that we're about to taxi here. Doing his taxi flow. Request taxi clearance. Request taxi clearance. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if that's been taken out of the version 1.1 beta, but he's not doing the clearance or the push and start clearance or the taxi clearance. Request taxi clearance. Nope. Alright, fine. Clear left side. Oh my gosh. Clear left side. Clear left. That's interesting. Alright, we're on our way. Taxi light on. That he listens to. Alright, we don't need our APU anymore, so we'll get bleed and master off. And we can get these dome lights off. Brake check. He's not even doing that. Yep, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or if just flows have changed in since the new update. So generally, I think if we had thunderstorms like this in real life, we would leave the ignition mode selector to ignition. But I think we're fine. I've got a lot of green and yellow spots on the radar, but no pink or red, thankfully. Wow, look at that lightning. Oh, there goes the pink and red.
Hey guys, Tammy, we're all set back here. Taxi secure.
Thank you, Tammy. Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Completed. Confirmed.
Flap settings.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
V1 147, VR 149, V2 150, flex 67 degrees. Flex 67 degrees.
V1 147, VR 149, V2 150, flex temp 67 degrees, ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Down to the line.
Alright, we'll tell Unicom here we are departing straight out. Takeoff light on.
Approach path clear of traffic.
Do we want to take Bravo? Yeah, let's take Bravo 14.
Cabin crew seated for takeoff. Packs are off.
Are they? Yes, he turned them off. So they did fix that. Nice. Landing lights on. Strobe on. Runway turnoff on. Runway turnoff on. Alright, guess I have to do that one. Below the line.
Takeoff run.
26 confirmed.
Confirmed. Cabin crew.
Advised.
TCAS.
TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Packs.
Off.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Ready?
Affirm.
Alright, we'll start the clock. Take off.
Thrust set.
Manflex 67, SRS, runway auto thrust blue.
Check. 100 knots.
Checked.
V1.
Rotate.
you're up.
You're up.
You know what? I do not like these this weather off here, so I'm going to deviate and fly runway heading for now. Look at that cell there. That is not something we want to mess with, so we're going to stay out of that.
Packs are on.
Indeed they are, sir. Thank you. That is some nasty stuff over there, guys. I'm looking at flight radar as well. Those of you that don't know, flight radar is a really cool website and application that gives you pretty much up to the minute real world flight information. You can see flights on the ground, departing, arriving information, all that good stuff. And it looks like a lot of flights departing out of Phoenix is doing the same thing I'm doing right now. So they are not on their departure path to avoid that cell off there to our south. So we'll fly runway heading for now, and we'll get back on course once we're clear of that. Other than that, so far we're looking good. Flap 0.
Speed check. Flap 0.
Let's just see just how far that cell is. So we can't quite yet proceed on course. After takeoff climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
Autopilot 1.
Check.
Alright, we'll get the autopilot on. Can start to turn here a little bit on course, but again, still want to avoid this here. Let's go right up to our cruise. And we're just about to hit 10,000. He's going to ask me to release the cabin, but I'm going to say no on that for now. Again, with this weather, we don't want to take any chances. But he will do his other flows nonetheless, I hope. got some more cells here. Did he turn the rest of these lights off? Yes, he did. Awesome. No. So, one of the feedbacks I guess I will write in the forum for this open beta is just that. I don't think, for instances like this, especially in real life where you wouldn't have these seatbelt signs off just yet. First of all, I gotta say, I fly at least 4 or 5 times a month with most of the major US airliners, and none of them turn the seatbelt signs off after 10K. That seatbelt sign does not come off until you've reached your cruising altitude. So that's number one. I guess it's a European thing where they do that, but in the US that seatbelt sign stays on until 10K. So that's different there. Second of all, there needs to be a flow added for scenarios like this where we've got storms to the left and right of us, cells to the left and right of us, where it's just not safe to turn those seatbelt signs off yet, and he can advance to the next areas of the flow, like clearing RadNav, clearing secondary flight plan, all that other stuff. So I have to remember to take a note, a note to bring up some of those things in the forums. Again, that's just me. If you guys have observed differently, let me know. But again, I fly a lot for work over the last 4 or 5 years, and very rarely, if at all, have I ever seen those seatbelt signs come off after 10K. Generally at 10K, the announcement is you can use your electronic devices, but that seatbelt sign is still on, and keep it on until the pilot turns it off, which is initially the cruising altitude. Again, Europe may be different, but that's generally the practice here in the States. So we're not too much off course, just to give you guys a look. This was our initial SID. We're still heading westbound like we need to. Once we pass all those storms, we'll proceed back south on course. Los Angeles Center is offline, it looks like, so we don't need to worry about that. We've got a company message already. That is probably the gate we can expect into San Diego. We'll pull that a little later. Actually, I think we can preview it. Alright, so 36. We're using Orbix San Diego. I don't know if there's a 36 at San Diego for the Orbix scenery. Actually, yes there is. So that's at the far end of the airport. Pretty short runway at San Diego anyway, so we'll utilize the entire runway and just vacate at B9, but we'll get to that once we get to the arrival briefing. I'm going to go ahead and tell him confirmed, because what I don't want to happen is we get to the below the line and it gets skipped or messed up or out of sequence. So confirmed.
Confirm. Clear red now.
Confirm. It's 18,000 our transition. Real standard. We're getting
Confirm copy. Active to secondary.
confirmed. We're getting bumped around pretty good, and we're a good distance away from these storms. That's how strong these cells can be. Kudos to ActiveSky for really depicting this. It's got to be
Flight
the
level
best,
is as shown. Optimum flight
best
level is
weather
as
engine
shown.
I've seen.
Recommended max flight level is as shown. Are you happy with our current selected flight level?
Yes.
Okay.
Below the line.
Barrel rep.
Standard set.
Standard. Set. After takeoff, climb checklist complete.
Alright, he's in cruise mode. Pretty short flight, so let's go ahead and put in some arrival information already for the approach. So 18,000 is the transition. What is the minimum for San Diego? On the localizer to 7. I believe it's 680 feet. Yes, spot on. So 680. We'll update the minimums there. Final approach fix. It's 1980. Technically, it's a localizer approach, so it's not CAT. I don't know if a localizer approach is considered a non-precision approach, but we'll go for that. We'll go with that for now. If anyone knows any different, please let me know. We'll go to the next page. Auto brake, medium. Again, not much runway to work with at San Diego, so we've got to get her down and get her stopped. And we'll go max with the reverse thrust. Landing configurations is obviously flaps full. This is our last sector, and we'll start the APU and taxi because it's a pretty short taxi into gate 36. So that looks good there. Let's see. Start filling this out now a little bit early. So we said 680 for our decision height and landing flaps full. We'll get to San Diego weather once we're just a little bit closer. Alright, we're starting to get past these cells just a little bit, so let's start to head back on course here. And in a little while here, I'm going to hand the aircraft over to him, and we'll prep our approach and landing. Terrain on ND can come off. You know what? While we're cruising, we'll go ahead and take a look at the change log really quick. See what they've added. So you can now utilize English, UK, Canada, Australia, and India for speech recognition. They made that update. Doesn't really apply to me here in the US. New experimental voice set option, crew region, DE, headset filter. The entire PM and PF voice set was run through a headset filter. So Black Box, very famous and really cool real world pilot. I forgot who he flies for, but somewhere in Germany. He's a real Airbus, real life Airbus pilot, and it looks like he's recorded some German voice sets, and they ran it through a headset filter just to see what that sounds like. We probably won't get into that. Again, doesn't really apply for us or apply to us here in the US. A couple of other configuration changes that they've made. People now probably set straight on the EFIS, which he's done. 160 nautical miles during 10,000 foot flow, which he's done. Couple of different configuration options in case you need to make the taxi procedure, please. He normally goes into that flow himself once you change the I think once you've completed the after start checklist. New voice commands is really what I was interested in. So start the APU, I guess because I didn't say please when we were back there on the ground. So we'll try that once we land. Or it may not even work because I think that's part of our landing procedure for this arrival. After start procedure, again, that's triggered already. Taxi procedure, please. Bird on, okay. Cabin secure. Not really sure what that triggers. Clear for takeoff. Clear to land. Clear for the approach. Yeah. A couple of different things. You guys can take a look when you have the chance. Alright, approaching our cruising altitude. Let's go way back on course now. We will go direct. What is that? Karma?
Cruising, flight level 300, check.
That's new. He's never said that before, so that's interesting that they've added that to confirm our cruising. Confirm direct Firebird.
Confirmed.
Oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. I want Karma. Confirm direct Karma.
Confirmed.
And we've got about 40 nautical miles to the top of descent, so let's get prepared here. You have control. You have control.
Take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today.
Did they remove that feature? You have control. I have control.
Make the most of the opportunity to shop
That's
and
interesting.
select new companies and uses. If you'd like to see any
You have
videos,
control.
any questions, or would like to make a rate saving, then just ask.
So,
Each of
not
the
sure why that's not
sessions
working. They probably have to take a look at that. Not sure if it got broken during the update. We're gonna get ahead and speed this up here. This is already a long video. Let's see what weather San Diego has in store for us. Hopefully better than where we just left Phoenix. At 5. Pretty calm, not much of a crosswind there. Temperature 20 degrees Celsius, nice and cool. San Diego this time of the year, especially at night, and our altimeter is 290903. And we've already saw our decision height at 680. Flag looks good, and we'll go ahead and print that out. Gate 36. And we've already briefed our approach again. It's the lucky one. Into San Diego, we'll check the box, make sure we've got all the restrictions met, but I'm pretty sure it's already in there. And that's pretty much it. Are you ready for the approach checklist?
Ready.
Any questions?
No questions.
Approach checklist complete. I did not feel like running through that again, so that's fine. That's strange. Usually I should be able to hand him control while I do all this. Again, you know, part of CRM is to have only one head down at a time in the cockpit, so while I'm prepping the box for arrival, he should be the pilot flying. You have control.
I have control. I have control.
That worked. Alright. I have control now.
You have control.
Not sure why it wasn't picking me up before. Alright, what do we got? 18 miles to the top of the descent.
2976, set, passing 3000.
And helix, we want to be at 270 knots between 15 and 12. Just looking at the charts here. 265 is fine. Jack between 11 and 10, 250 knots. 250, we're at 10, that's fine. And Lindy is the next restriction, 210 knots at 5,000. That's fine as well. Cool. We are ready for to redeem ourselves with this San Diego arrival. We're close enough to the top of the descent. Let's start down now. We'll dial in our first restriction of 15. Do any new announcements. Everything looks the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, this is the captain speaking. We're going to begin our initial descent here momentarily. At this time, I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign back on, so please return your seats and keep your seatbelts securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a stop at the gate and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. It's been our pleasure having you on board for today's flight, and we hope to see you back on a future flight again real soon. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Alright, we'll get the seatbelt signs on.
This is Security Help. We remain at the flight. Check your seatbelt. Be sure to securely fasten. Raise the seat back to its full upright position so the tray table. We will come by one last time. So any cups, cans, newspapers, or any other item you'd like to discard. Please assist us in providing a tidy cabin for the next flight by checking your rider seat and seat by pocket. Thank you. We'll be landing soon.
Alright, I think we are set up for success here. Nothing else really to do besides monitor the aircraft. Obviously we're on Unicom still, so we'll let folks know we're coming in. And we're expected at 0430 Zulu, about 20 minutes from now. Take a look on VATSIM, see if we have any other folks coming into San Diego at the moment. Nope, looks like just us. Cool beans. Let's update EFB. So again, runway 27, we're landing and parking all the way at the end, gate 36, so we can vacate at B9 even.
Now.
I'm gonna reduce his range over here to 40. On approach, I kind of like to have see a little bit more of what's closer to me as we come into the airport. I forgot that he doesn't clear the radial fix information. So let me clear that now. So we're about an hour and 4 minutes into the recording. Not too bad. We should be on the ground in about 30 minutes, so entire recording will probably be an hour, 35 minutes. Not too horrible. Again, I appreciate all the feedback. On the first video, we kind of did the first look and found a lot of interesting information. Like for the Airbus, I've been turning on only the tanks, or for the fuel pumps, only the tanks that we have fuel in. Apparently for the Airbus, you don't do that. You turn on all the tanks. You turn on all the fuel pumps, even for the tanks that you do not have fuel in. So, great tip and suggestion from that. Someone also mentioned the whole ManFlex SRS runway is not really done in America. I said it's really a Europe thing. I can neither confirm nor deny that. I guess I would have to take his word for it. I can't see why American carriers wouldn't incorporate that. Our transition. What did we say our altimeter was in San Diego? 299.3. And auto brake medium. Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Completed. Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Seatbelts.
On.
Aero red.
2993 set.
2985 set minimum.
I don't know where you got that. 680 feet set.
680 feet set. Engine mode selected.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Yeah, so like I said, keep the feedback coming. Really appreciate it. I like hearing about different perspectives and things like that. Got some other interesting feedback as well. Somebody was complaining that it was too dark. I mean, not sure what you really want me to do about a nighttime flight. It is nighttime. But YouTube generally doesn't pick up, or any recording actually, once it's uploaded to YouTube, really doesn't pick up night mode too well. So. Alright, we're about 49 nautical miles from the airport. We're approaching some mountainous areas, so I'll let him get that terrain on ND on his side. About 4 miles from Jack. That was our next restriction, between 11 and 10. Next up is Aztec. We want to be above 8,000, or 8,000 or and above, or 8,000 or above, rather. Get 8,000 dialed in now. 8,000 blue checked. And he should be doing his 10K preps now. Or in a little bit here. Alright, there's a 10K descent flow. We'll get the no smoking signs on. He has the landing lights on, he has the wing lights on. Logo lights can come on now as well.
Or in your armrest.
Alright, we'll get 5,000 dialed in now. And 26 miles from the airport. Our profile's looking great. We're good on speed and we're good on altitude. Alright, wants to bring us down now. I think approach phase has activated. Yes, it has. And it's trying to bring our speed down to our VREF speed actually, but we don't want to go that slow, so we'll control our speed here. We'll make our speed 180, and we'll deploy some spoilers, help us slow the aircraft down here. With San Diego, it's very tricky. It's very easy to get off of profile. Flaps 1. Flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1.
We're going to get 2,700 dialed in here. And I'm going to take over vertical speed just to make sure we're hitting our restrictions and remain on profile. Let's get some more speed brakes out. Make our speed 175 now. And we've got about 13 miles to go. Flaps 2.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Zibo, we want to be at about 2,000. And we've got about 10 miles to go. And I'm going to call final on Unicom now, actually. Flaps 3.
Speed check. Flaps 3.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Oops, sorry, I forgot he controls the lights. So that's good, we got all of our lights on. And we'll take our final approach speed now. Still got our spoilers out, hoping to slow down here. Got about 8 miles to go. Again, you got to catch this quick because San Diego comes up on you in a hurry, and if you're not on profile, you got problems. Thank you. Alright, we can stow the spoilers. 6 mile finals. Flaps full.
Radio altimeter alive.
Checked. Flaps full.
Speed check. Flaps full. Cabin crew proceeded for landing.
Alright. My aircraft. I have control.
You have control. You have control.
Alright, my aircraft, we'll set our go around altitude, 3,000 feet. Spoilers armed. Landing checklist, please.
Pass
Landing.
Final approach max 1980 feet.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Medium.
ECAM memo.
Landing, no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Alright, let's not botch this here.
Runway lights.
Checked. Clear to land.
Checked.
Alright, that's a new voice feature. That works. That's good. Just a bit too high. I am ignoring the PAPI lights there. We're fully visual. And even ignoring the flight directors a bit. 1,000 checked.
100 above. 100 above. Minimum.
That's one of the things I keep forgetting. So when you're coming into San Diego, you should disable that proximity warning there. It's always going to go off. Quick view. Nice shot there.
300.
Landing.
Sync rate.
300. 200.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
Yep.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Checked. Alright, out of reverse. Manual braking. And we actually vacated a little early here at Bravo 8. this up. And we'll clear left and clear right. Runway turn off. Runway turn off. There we go. Strobe auto. Taxi light on. And we said we're parking gate 36. After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Started.
Radar.
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Again, not a fan of the landing, but we're down nonetheless. 48 minutes looks like. Don't need terrain on ND anymore. Let's stop blinding the people. Taxi light off. Landing light off. Oops, almost passed it. The FSLABS aircraft is so hard to steer. Alright, press parking brakes. APU is available. We can kill 2. And we can kill 1. I'll get the beacon off. Get some lights on here. Let's see if he starts his after landing flow. Yeah, not sure. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. So APU is available. Take external power. I'm sorry, external power is available. We'll turn the APU off. Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Are you sure about that? Exterior lights.
Sorry, no they're not. Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and shocks.
Set.
Parking checklist complete.
So I probably did that wrong. I probably should have turned the seatbelt signs off. I think that would have triggered his parking flows. Anyway, nonetheless, we're down. Hope you guys enjoyed the second look or the second update here of the FS2CREW for FSLABS. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time, we'll see you.